This is blanket number 1, y'all. Right here, I will insert a little video showing you the whole thing. Here is blanket number 1. And I will give you the measurements for it. Yeah, see, it's already being used. I already used this and I've washed it and everything. This is blanket number 1. I used on this, I had leftover, oh, sorry, I got so close you couldn't see it. I had leftover baby yarn. Now, I did buy some skeins of baby yarn. Down in the description, I will put how many skeins I used and what colors I used. But this was leftover baby yarn. And, oops. I've already washed it and everything, and there's the things, and see here, I'm trying to think. I think I held three strands of yarn together, but it was all leftover baby yarn. I did buy 3 skeins to finish it. I wanted this to be a bedspread, not just a blanket, not just a blanket to go on the bed. I wanted this to be a bedspread, and it is quite huge, as you will see from that video. This is the granny shawl. Right here, I'm going to insert a video. This is my granny crocheted shawl. It measures, let me look here, it measures 36 by 72. Okay, sorry, my batteries gave out. Here is the granny shawl. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skeins of this yarn right here. And it is 50% kid wool. And, well, I'll have to put it in the... I'll put it in the description. I have this much left. This is all of this kind of yarn I had, so I had to use it all the way to the end. But I really like this. This is a granny square shawl. Nice. Very nice and very warm. I have not washed this yet. I almost forgot, y'all, on this granny shawl that I did, granny square shawl I did, I added this black yarn in with this. You can see it here. It's kind of hard to see it in the other colors. So you can see it here. And what I did for that is because this yarn is very thin. There's just that fuzz on it, and it's just a very thin yarn. So for stability, I added this black yarn right here. Here's my baby blanket. Right here, I'm going to insert a little video showing the whole thing. Here's the baby blanket, and it measures 43 by 39, so I must not have it stretched out all the way. I have not washed this yet. This is all the yarn I've got left right here. And for this, the blue, oops, excuse me just a second. The blue that you see here, this is 2 skeins of Safeway knitting yarn, 89 cents, acrylic, of course. And this pink, this yellow, and this white. See how it's real nice and fuzzy? That is Sugar Cane. I bought for 99 cents at Target, and somebody else must have bought it because I sure haven't went to Target since, I think maybe twice. But this is a really nice, pretty yarn. Look how fuzzy. Now, I have not washed this yet. so we'll see what it looks like after it's washed. But I used 1, 2, 3. I didn't have full skeins of this sugar cane. I used 3 skeins of that. See, I only got 2 labels. I'll put in the description what I have. I used 3 skeins of that, and like I said, they were not full skeins. The white, the yellow, and the pink. And then I used 3 skeins of this Safeway yarn. And again, I will put the color description and everything. But isn't this so pretty? Oh, it's nice and fuzzy. And then this flat. It was to use up yarn. Okay, here's a rectangular granny square blanket. And it measures 60 by 56. Okay, here's my rectangular blanket. Now what I did with this, I had this, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but it was sale price 2 for 99 cents at Kmart. So no telling how old it was. This was white, and I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 skeins of the white, and this is all I have left of it. And what I did was I had a bunch of leftover variegated yarn, and you know how variegated yarn is very hard to match. Well, I just took all my variegated yarn it was you know, worsted weight 4 DK weight, and I had this white yarn, and I had all those skeins of it, so I just went ahead and combined it in a rectangular granny square blanket, and then the edge, to use up as much of that yarn as I could, I just crocheted here on the edge to use up the yarn. And I didn't measure it. I didn't, you know, I was just determined I was going to use it all up. So that was my goal, and that's what I did. I have not washed this yet. Now see, you can see where I joined. I didn't care where I ended. I just wanted to use all the yarn up, and that's what I did. Okay, this might end up being a frog. This is a mitered square knitted blanket. I'm using this yarn right here, Wool Ease, and as you can see, I only paid $1.50 a skein out of it for it at Walmart many years ago, and I can't put black with it because I can't find any black to match. Can't put white with it because I can't find any white to match. And I'm just getting really bored with it. But now, I may just keep this as an old standby when I just want to knit. I don't care what I'm knitting. I just want to knit. I forgot how many skeins of this I've got. I think I got 10 or 15 of them. So I'm just going to miter square knit this until it's all gone. And I'll see what I come up with. Like I said, right now I'm not feeling it, but I don't want to take it out because I don't know what else I can use with this yarn for. So, because certainly can't match it. So I might just keep this for my potato chip knitting. And here's my big goof. Okay, I started this yarn, and I don't know what else to call it but yarn, with making a crescent-shaped shawl. Well, it's splitty, and it's a real weird, because it's not yarn. It's just really hard to work with that crescent-shaped shawl. So what I did, because I had more than one ball of it, I started a granny square shawl. And I'm really liking the granny square shawl. So this is a work in progress with, let me show you what I got here. And this is what I've got left so far. This is really, I honestly think I'm going to frog this and then just make the granny square shawl, because I think it would make a beautiful crescent shawl. But the yarn, it's just not working out. It's just, well, it is working out. It looks good and everything, but it's just so hard to knit because it's not really yarn. It's more like thread. So I started the granny square shawl with it to see how I liked it, and I'm really enjoying it. So this will be frogged. I don't have that much on there yet, and I'll just finish the granny square shawl out of this, whatever this is. I have no idea, but it's pretty. It really is pretty, and it's kind of soft, all crocheted up like that. Okay, y'all, I did the other filming in my kitchen because the lighting's better. This is my last item here. This is what this is why I needed all those stitch markers. This is a cowl. Excuse me. It's going to be a snood. It is knitted. It's a very simple knit. What you do is you cast on 100 stitches. And it's kind of like my own pattern, but I'm sure I'm not the first one to come up with this. But you cast on 100 stitches in the round. And then you break them up however you want to break them up. Now, I broke them up into tens. And the reason I got the stitch markers is because, y'all, when I knit, I kind of space out sometimes and I forget, and it's like, oops, and then I have to tink back and fix it. So I wanted the stitch markers so that, you know, when I get to a stitch marker, I know I got to change whatever I'm doing. So to keep it from, now I'm actually knitting it inside out. This is going to be the inside, and this will be the outside. But I'm using this yarn right here. I have 2 skeins of it, and I don't think I'm going to need 2 skeins. I think I'm going to get by with just 1, but we'll see. But anyway, what you do is you know how if you just knit in the round, or if you just purl in the round, it curls. Well, what you do is you cast on 100 stitches, and then you divide it however you want to divide it. Now, like I said, I divided mine into tens, and then you knit 10, purl 10, knit 10, purl 10, knit 10, purl 10. Now, you don't have to do it by tens. I did it by tens on this one. I've done several of these before. And it just makes a really nice design, makes a nice cowl, and it does not curl. Now, like I said, I'm doing the inside out, so this is going to be the outside when I get done. But it's just knitting and purling in the round, and I just think this yarn is just so pretty. And it's very simple potato chip knitting again. And y'all, I'm sorry I had to do the other filming in my kitchen, but lighting around this house sucks. So I hope you like that. That's all my finished objects, my WIPS, works in progress, and I hope you liked it. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.